everybody, it is time for ValMay Q&A, a time where you send in your questions to me and I will answer them as best as I can. The questions that I will answer in no particular order, so let's just get straight into it. Okay, I'm referring to the community post with this one, and let me, you probably heard that. I am sorry, I have Grand Theft Auto 5 on my PlayStation 3, since I am home alone now and can reply to your questions without fear. Alright, so Filthy Degenerate asked me a couple of questions. You once told us that if you were a pastry, you would be an eclair. Eclair, how do you pronounce that? Is this still true? No, I would actually be a cream pie because I am needlessly sensual. Do you have a Discord? And if so, may we have it? Yes, I do. But I will be making a server soon, so there will be no need for me to be giving it out just yet. Sorry! Was there always an intention to make Pumpkin a recurring character, or was she given sequels because of the community's fondness for her? Well, honestly, both of those are right. Pumpkin was meant to be recurring as more of a comic relief character to kind of distract everyone from any troubles with some really funny stuff she has to say. And eventually, I thought to myself, hey, this character has a lot of potential. What could I do with her? And so Mariposa was born, and then Frisia, her true name, has been brought into the light. So, yes, they are both correct. What is your favorite type of weapon that is not a skateboard? There's an actual answer for this, but it's very weird, so I'm not gonna. Probably, my singing voice, because I can't sing. Where did the name Valkyrian Mayhem come from? It didn't really come from anywhere. It just sort of came to me at some point, and then I was just like, yeah. Honestly, maybe I'll change the name of this channel to like Valkyria's Audio Emporium or something. Or maybe like Valkyrian ASMR Studio? Can you guys help me with ideas for that? If you want me to change my name? Or you think I should? Yeah. And lastly, why are you so awesome? Well, honestly, last night I had a dream that I was a princess, but then I woke up and I still am, so... Alright. Aiden Mangasens and asked me, what is the most fun thing about making these audio clips? I think what's most fun is that I get to figure out what my range is, like how many voices I can do, how many accents I can do. It's just an overall fun experience in every single aspect, and I never get tired of it. Okay, Ace and Me Fish, although their profile picture is a chicken, not a fish, asked me, alright, if I have a question. If a person was going to do voice acting work, how can they do it on a phone? And if you can, any tips or apps they can use? Video Shop. It is a free app on the App Store, and you can use it however you see fit. That is the app I use to make these videos. It is a very easy program, it is very straightforward, and there's so much you can do with it even if you're just a beginner wanting to get into it. I highly recommend this app for anyone that wants to get into ASMR, all that jazz. As for tips, just be yourself and don't worry about perfection. A lot of us can't really make it to the exact voice we want to do, and that is completely okay. It really is. You don't have to be perfect for your content to be enjoyable. If you continuously strive for perfection, sorry, I'm sad to say this, but you're always going to fall short. And that is a reality that we face in many aspects of life. So have fun, be yourself, and don't worry about what others think. It is only about you and your enjoyment. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because only you can decide that. Alright, Jedi Knight King asked, what made you do Kiga, the cutest noodle? I don't know, I was just sort of deck slapping in Skate 3, and she just sort of came to me, so I was like, okay, well, my controller is charging, I'll just record a quick video. And thus, Kika was born. Okay, Steiner Hardy asked me, how do you think your parents would react if you told them about your channel? It could make explaining the money from future commissions easier. My dad would probably be a bit more reliable if he saw my sub count. Honestly, I don't think he'd really understand it, but I feel like he'd eventually come around. But for right now, yeah, I'm not sure. As for my mom, I'm actually really scared about that one because I can't really trust her reactions to anything that I do. And I think it's time we share the origin story of this. So, when I was like elementary, middle school, I was on this website called Quizilla, which doesn't exist anymore. I was pretty young at the time and was kind of exposed to the stories on there, and I was kind of copying what I saw other fanfic writers do. Though unfortunately this did include some kind of raunchy things, and I did not know that this was wrong, especially at my young age. So inevitably my mom saw that, and without any explanation, while I was up in the bathroom, while I was in the bathroom actually crying, please don't take anything from this. The family dynamic isn't like this anymore. She deleted my account. I was not given an explanation of what I did wrong, or maybe I understand why now, but I feel like the rational thing to do was to have explained what I did wrong, why it was wrong, and then just ground me from the site for like a week or two. That kind of punishment I feel would have been suitable, but fortunately for that wasn't really the case. So these days I sort of have a fear of showing my mom my accounts of recreational writing or even this channel. I'm afraid that once she does catch wind of it, she's going to watch it like a hawk. And if she sees something she does not like, she is going to delete it without any explanation. I have not been able to enjoy things normally because of that experience. And maybe that's a little bit stupid, but that is just how the whole thing goes. To summarize all that, I'm on the fence about my dad's reaction, and Mom, I want to hide everything from for as long as I live. Or at least until I'm independent from her, then I won't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. Yep, my level 4 tragic backstory. Alright. Drayden Hotel asked, how do you come up with your characters like Kika? Is it that you sit down or make a plan, or is it an idea that pops into your head? It kind of pops into my head, actually. Though sometimes I do sit down and make plans. That's kind of how I created Haruka, Ketsuya, Kotaro. That is, if anyone even cares about them anymore. But it's kind of here and there. I think that you guys would enjoy the characters more if I actually sat down and made a plan of them, considering how Lady Tamamonamai's story went, which I understand the storytelling wasn't really that great in terms of the conclusion, but I've moved on, I can do better, and you can look forward to something better in the future. Ta-ta! Okay, LSSJ Dogs with a Z. That's cool. You're immediately a rad happening dude. Asked, what made you want to do YouTube? And if I can also ask, what kind of video games do you play? 2 in 1 is fine. What made me want to do YouTube? I honestly just kind of wanted something to do. I wanted to try something new and just put it out there for the world. And that's where this came from. I didn't really expect Valkyrian Mayhem to take off like this, and I'm honestly kind of stunned, even now. Alrighty. As for what kind of video games to play, it kind of varies. I'm pretty okay at, I love RPGs. So games like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, all those kinds. I really want to get into Fire Emblem and all that. And I also played a little bit of the second Bayonetta game. And I'm also really into games with it. Just games that look good and have an overall engaging story, which is why I love The Last of Us. I love Kingdom Hearts. I love these games. But I also like games that can be easily broken, so games like Skate 3 are already up my alley. I'd kind of enjoy Dark Souls more if it wasn't so hard. But I think that's kind of what I get. Oh well. But I'll do my best, guys. Alright, Steiner Hardy is back with another question. They ask, as a girl, what sort of ASMR audio roleplays appeal to you, if any? It kind of depends on my mood. I mean, sometimes I'll go for the yandere. Sometimes I'll go for a wholesome boyfriend. It kind of varies, but I've been listening to a lot of fandom characters lately, which is something I do while playing video games. I'm a genius, aren't I? Just a quick word of advice. If you want some good yanderes, step over to Easton and Emery's channel. They have some amazing ones. They are genuinely unsettling, and that's what I love about them. I love that they make me feel so unsettled. I love that they make me feel nervous. I love them to pieces. And if you want wholesome, cute role plays, go straight over to Kuji's channel. He is amazing. I love him to pieces. You will not regret it. Alrighty, and my fella Fallout Gangsta is here, and he asks, what's your preference on the unity of gamers, and would you consider getting promoted to a 5-star general? Honestly, I think the unity of gamers is a bit too aggressive against Belle Delphine's Simp Legion. Honestly, I kind of want to see what kind of battles they wage, because honestly, anything involving Belle Delphine tends to be rather entertaining. As for being a 5-star general, I don't think I would complain. Alright, now Grilled Cheesy asks, besides YouTube, what other hobbies are you interested in? Obviously playing games. I also love to swim and I love to write. If you guys want to check out any work I've done, I am on DeviantArt as Fictitious Nirvana. I will likely put the link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. I'm honestly really proud of my writing, and I hope to write something really great one day. Though I don't really strive to become a novelist or anything like that. That just sounds stressful, and Alright. Sega Shooter Games asks, you have any YouTubers that inspired you to do ASMRs? If so, who are you? I have 2 words for you, my friend. Yagami Yado. Okay, well, she isn't the first one, but once I discovered her, I fell in love. Her Akira Dubs, Kuji, obviously Dark and Twisted Whisper, and Fuzzy ASMR, although I don't really listen to him that much anymore, and I feel really bad because he does have an amazing voice. He's so soft. I'd be willing to go into details about that, but I don't want to be mean. Alrighty. Norse Hieroglyphics asks, how does doing ASMR make you feel? Kind of disconnected, I guess. Which it's not a bad thing. I mean, when you do the different voices and the different characters, you feel like you're slowly becoming that character while you're recording. And you eventually just release your inhibitions, you lose your nervousness, and eventually you just slip right in, and there's nothing like it. Though I'm probably exaggerating a little, I don't... Oblitus has asked, what was your favorite series or character to voice? Chiemi. Chiemi just kind of required me doing my normal voice, but very sassy. Just overall, the Lady Tamamonomai series was fun to voice because of the range I believe I have, even if it's not a very big one. From Chiemi to Lady Tamamonomai to Lady Akane, I think I've made some pretty cool characters, and I know that a lot of you guys feel like I kind of messed up on the potential on those, but like I said, I'm forgiving myself for it, and I'm moving on, and I'm going to learn from it. And I do indeed appreciate the more insightful comments about the story because they really, really help. They really do, and I so appreciate them. Will you ever do an alternate universe or ending for any series you've finished? Yeah, I will. But I'm not gonna tell you. Haha. What is your favorite type of personality to voice? Tsundere, yandere, etc. Honestly, it's between the yandere and the dere because I consider myself very cute. And honestly, that really helps when you're doing these types of voices. And I feel like I'm really bad at doing a tsundere or a kudere. I'm gonna need to practice a little bit more to give you a clear answer on those. I'll let you guys be the judge. Have you seen Skate 4? This one's probably obvious. Yes, and I wish and I'm hoping that you still get to punch people in that game. Do you prefer light or dark stories? Again, depends on the mood. Honestly, I prefer lighter stories more because, constant drama and bloodshed, that kind of thing was ruined for me back in the day, and I'm trying to get back into it, but so far to no avail. What is your favorite food? Oh man, anything sweet, which kind of explains why I'm fat. Okay, Dark Trooper 03 asks, can you do an adult Kika so she can be a waifu? That could happen, but just be careful not to request that too much or I won't be as inclined. That tends to happen a lot. Are we going to get some Skate 4 content when it comes out? Honey, who are you, Jay, to doubt that I would do something? I am so doing Skate 4. I hope it is just as ridiculous. Jay asked that, I'm sorry. Okay. Fallout Gangsta is back and they ask, how did you get started doing ASMR? It was just kind of this passing notion, following the inspirations and all that. I just kind of thought to myself, hey, maybe I could try doing this. And clearly, this happened. Yeah. It's not a very exciting story. I wish it were more so. Alrighty. Tevin Samuel asks, do you skate IRL? If you don't, would you want to? If so, what kind of skating? I don't skate in real life. I'm not very good on a skateboard. I feel like I'm too heavy for it, honestly. And yes, I would love to skate if I didn't have to fear breaking everything. And I'd honestly like to be on roller skates or rollerblades. Alright. Oh my goodness, I'm falling out of my chair. Okay, we're back. Robin Grimahood asks, your most favorite audio you have done thus far? Kiga, clearly. Jason Derulo, although that is obviously Kermit, asks, favorite anime? Mine is Fire Force because I'm kind of a pyromaniac. Ugh. I'm mildly concerned, but as it stands, Do Ra 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 is my favorite, though it's right tied with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Greed is a game, by the way. Let me smash. I would probably put Food Wars up there too if there was more than one season on Netflix. Ugh, I absolutely hated the anime at first. I was only there for the aesthetic. But then it only started getting good at the conclusion of the first season, and I'm so upset. Alright, Mihir Saharkar. Please let me know if I pronounced that right, and I'm so sorry in the event I did not. I'll try to do better. What made you do the character of Sypha? Well, it was 2 a.m. and I did not have a script and I was so bored, so then I was like, hey, let's do this. And clearly that worked. Jameson Thompson asks, what other games do you like to play or plan on playing? Honestly, I love the Legend of Zelda games. Like, I absolutely dig them. My very first game was Twilight Princess, and it has stuck with me ever since I was introduced to it. And I would love to play the remake that is on, well, not a remake, the remaster that is on the Wii U. I am so looking forward to it. I am I just love that game, and I am so sad because my Wii doesn't work anymore, and I just have my Wii U, and I don't know if it does regular Wii games. But aside from that, I love to play the Fallout games, especially Fallout New Vegas. Though the main reason I want to play the Fallout games is because of the Black Widow perk. Not quirk, perk. Though that would make a nice quirk, though I think Salt has that already. I think that Salt is modeled after a female Black Widow spider, which really does not make sense. But it's cool anyway. Alright, Bloom HD asks, what is my fondest memory? My what now? Isaiah Jones asks, what character was your favorite to play as? Just answered that question like this, but Ketsuya. I like Ketsuya too. Ketsuya's voice isn't that hard for me to do, and it's so fun to kind of keep it very flat and emotionless because I feel like it further highlights how unique she is as a character. Like, she conveys through her voice that she does not experience emotions like normal people do. She is a monster, and that shows in her voice. And the minute she starts talking, that's when you need to prepare to start running. Alright, Federal Bureau of Stuff asks, would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck? Yep, they could, as much as a woodchuck would chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Degenerate Filth asks, how am I today? I'm doing great. I have ramen cooling on the dresser. And to finish it all off, Heavy Octane asks, chicken nuggets or chicken tenders? Yes.